Hey, this is Casey Fortune at Fortune Realty, and this is a video about horses and horse property in Colorado. So the reason I wanted to do this video today, oh, that's my finger. It's about negative 10 degrees outside. And really, when you talk about preparing for horses, these are the days that you need to be prepared for. So you can see these horses out here at negative 10 degrees. They're okay. This is really rare to have this cold of temperatures and no wind. Really with no wind, it's not that bad, but it is cold. I can literally start to feel my lips they get numb as you stay out here longer. It was 40 degrees yesterday afternoon, and last night it got all the way down to negative 15. That is a 55-degree temperature change, and with these guys, that can be really hard on them. The biggest thing that can cause for all you horse people, of course you know this, but it's colic. Talk to your local vets, even your local friends, see what colic prevention medicine they recommend, and make sure you have that on hand. All right, let's talk about barns and property and what you want to look for. So the biggest thing with domestic wells is a lot of people don't realize that Colorado doesn't have a lot of water. A lot of people think they can come up here and buy 10 acres and put a domestic well on it. Well, most likely you probably can't. Any property less than 35 acres, then the state may require you to have a well augmentation plan to get a domestic well put on your property. You want to make sure that the barn has electricity and water either inside of it or to it. The reason electricity is so important is because you have to have all of your water buckets plugged into electricity with a water heating element, because otherwise it will freeze within hours. And water, I would say, is the most important thing to make sure your horses have to be drinking a lot. Each one of our horses has a bucket with a heating element and lots of alfalfa. That alfalfa will get them heated up inside. Now, if the wind was blowing, I would not be standing out here. Neither would these guys. They would be locked up in the barn, which they absolutely hate. We only got maybe an inch of snow, where you can see it didn't even really accumulate here. If you do get a few inches of snow, then you really have to be careful. The snow will pile up and accumulate, and it'll pack out in their hooves, and they'll be walking around like they're on high heels. So if you get a lot of snow, you constantly have to come outside and check, and you'll be picking the snow out of their feet. This is Ben. He's 24 years old and has this behavior. And this is Jethro. He's 8 years old, and his nickname is Stinker for the obvious reasons. Guys, should we show him the barn? So real quick, this is what our water trough looks like. And these are so important to plug in directly to an outlet. They do not do well with extension cords. And then here's the breaker box. Now, when it comes to water, it's obviously great to have your water inside the barn. A lot of times, the water spigot will be outside. Let's check this one out. And the reason being is when the builders are building the home, a lot of times the barn's not even here yet. They have no idea where the barn's going. This is called a frost-free water line. This is a pipe that's gonna go down at least 6 feet underground. Some people put them 8 feet down underground. It goes below the frost point. So all winter, the frost gets pushed down into the ground just by temperatures. Even over the driveway, by driving over it, the frost gets pushed down. So this, when you turn it on, which I don't even want to right now, it's probably frozen, but water comes all the way from 6 feet under. You turn it off and the water actually goes all the way back down below 6 feet. And this is what your water will do in a day. This was actually thawed out yesterday, so overnight this is completely frozen, and this is what happens without a water heating element. And of course, I had to show you our dog sweater. You can actually hear my voice. It is cold and my lips are starting to freeze. Let's talk about transportation real quick to make sure you're ready to go in case of storms like this. We have a 1-ton Dodge diesel here that we keep in the garage, and this is just some tips that I've learned after being in Colorado for 22 years. This stuff is anti-gel. If the temperature gets down below 10 degrees, and last night the chill factor was gosh, it hit negative 40 degrees chill factor. That means your diesel fuel will start to gel and your truck will not run. Make sure you have some of this, throw it in your truck. If not, at least have some available. This is a battery tender. Our truck is a 2015 model. All the trucks, I would say 2015 and newer, they have so many electronics on them that run non-stop. We plug this into both our batteries. Otherwise, your batteries will go dead in the wintertime, obviously, when you need your truck. Third thing, if you're coming up from the south, this is a block heater plug-in. You need to make sure your truck has a block heater plug-in. Without this, your oil is going to be so hard that your truck may not even start. Just make sure you get a shop or something big enough to put your truck in. A full-size diesel truck is usually 22 feet long, so you need a minimum of a 24-foot deep garage. Side note, this is what leather soles do in the wintertime. These boots are like 2 years old and I don't even wear them that much. So get you some muck boots. These things are awesome. This is, we'll call it part 2. Wow, it's so bright out here. We just got about, it's hard to measure, I'd say roughly around a foot of snow. And it's beautiful. Look at this, calm. And the horses don't mind it at all. Even the dogs, you can see, struggle to get out to the barn. Oh, and look how good Jethro feels. So what we're doing here is we're gonna pull his blanket off, because it's about 20 degrees and sunny. If Jethro doesn't kick us in the head, you can see they get a little bit feisty. And so we're gonna pull his blanket off and show you guys what that looks like and how the horses respond to this type of snow. Stinker, what is your deal? But look at this snow. Just beautiful. Okay, so that's pretty much it. We got a gate to where it can open. So again, I haven't forgot this is a horse video. This is actually our driveway right here. Consistently, there's about a foot of snow all the way up and around. You can see the horse trailer sitting there. And if we had to get that horse trailer out, we definitely could. Again, the Dodge, it's on, I think, 33-inch tires, and it will glide through a foot of snow with that horse trailer, really no problem. Now, our driveway kind of slopes downhill. So something else to think about, if you are looking at a property that say is on a mountainside or anything like that, you do want to make sure that in an emergency, you do have a driveway that you can get out of. Just to recap, I know this is a lot of kind of random information that I really enjoy sharing. I hope you found some value in it. But the biggest thing you need to know is really when it comes to wells and water rights, Colorado does not have a lot of water, period. So everything starts with what type of well is on the property. Make sure you have an agent that is familiar with horses, horse property. I love to work with horse folks, obviously, because we have them and help them get their barns set up and know what to look for. So if that's you, please feel free to reach out, and thanks so much for watching. I'm going to go inside because it is probably -15 now. Thanks for watching.